Welcome to episode 2 of the Manager-Leader Continuum. In this episode, we are going to discuss 3 or 4 basic differences between manager and the leader. A manager, we hinted in the previous episode, relies on penalties. He's telling his staff, buddy, you jolly well do this task, otherwise you are not going to get your promotion. So the basic atmosphere in the sphere of influence of the leader is that of negativity. People are not trying enough lest they fail. So therefore, a manager is going to rely increasingly on penalties. On the other hand, a leader is not only forgiving of your little mistakes and little failures, he will rely on incentives. A manager can be a leader. He can exhibit leadership skills. In fact, that is the whole objective of this talk. But he will say, okay guys, this is what the minimum you got to achieve. But if you achieve more, this is the extra incentive that you get. And in case there is a failure, you're not imposing penalties. You get back to the drawing board with your team and say, hey guys, how we can fix this? How we can fix this? Not asking you to launch an inquiry and investigation whether things went wrong. So, important difference, reiterated, a manager relying on the system of penalties and a leadership and a leader on the system of incentives. Another point which managers often drill, they say, please do your duty. This is what has been assigned to you. This is a part of the citizen charter. You as the manager of this division, you are supposed to do this, care for the customer, responsible for so many sales and so on. As a district magistrate, you're responsible for the entire district. So therefore, each time you're telling, please do your duty, everyone is basically getting confined to their duty spectrum. And duty spectrum is always limited. On the other hand, in case of a leader and exercise of leadership, you are going above and beyond the call of the duty. You are multiplying, synergizing, and bringing out the attributes of your followers, which under normal circumstances, if they confine themselves to their official duties, they may not be able to deliver. So it is a call for a greater cause, to sacrifice, to go above and beyond the call of the duty. In case of floods, natural calamities, leaders give a call, hey, contribute your 1 month's salary. And your followers, they obey you or follow your suggestion. It is a request, persuasion, not a directive. And the beauty is, because the manager is all the time asking you to do your duty, on the other hand, a leader is promising nothing except blood, toil, sweat and tears, and asking you to go above and beyond the call of duty so that the mission which you have set forth is achieved, and asks you to be prepared for sacrifices, and he personally is ready for any sacrifice whatsoever. The next point, which we indirectly emphasized in the introductory episode, is that a manager has his team members as his staff members. They're his employees. They're paid by the organization. In case you're the sole proprietor or owner of the business, you're paying your employees. And therefore, you're kind of expecting them as a quid pro quo to discharge their duties. And that's why the culture, especially in places like America, is, hey boss, it's 5 o'clock, I'm going home. Saturday, Sunday, it's weekend, my phone is going to be off. In case of a leader, those guys are not your employees. You're not paying them anything. They are essentially volunteers. And they are your followers. And therefore, there is no contractual arrangement. There is no, you do this and I'll pay you this. And therefore, the relationship is a really very magnetic one. Your natural frequencies resonate because the mission is both common and dear to all of you. And therefore, even though they are not Your employees are not bound to obey your diktat. Your followers follow you like being pulled by a magnetic thread which is invisible, and yet they follow you towards your march towards the shared mission and the values. The last point which I would like to emphasize in this episode is that a manager is all the time telling you to abide by the rules and procedures, especially in governmental organizations, public sector organizations, and bureaucrat organizations. And trust me, when you go to multinational organizations, this element of procedures and protocols is even more strict. You have to follow the rules and procedures. As long as you're doing so, it's being drilled into every civil servant who joins the civil services, even the state civil services, that please follow the rules and procedure. No one cares whether the procurement is happening at 10% above the market value, as long as you call for the tenders, pre-qualification is proper, advertisement was there. You are talking in terms of procedures, of rules. On the other hand, a leader, as we said, is guided by ideals, of principles, of mission. Therefore, a leader is not going to be bogged down into these trivial matters which he regards as rules. These are symbols of mistrust, and he trusts his followers. He says, hey guys, you three, please begin and sit here and get me the best deal, because we want to build some facility for the poor. We want to build an orphanage. So he kind of empowers his followers. Those followers may follow their own protocol and estimates and so on, but there are no hard and fast, cast in stone rules and procedures. So this, friend, was this episode, and stay tuned for the next one. And in the meantime, please do, if you find some value in this, subscribe and also share with your other friends who may also find value in this. So long, see you soon again in the next episode.